Hello people, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Moyi Douglas, and on this space I share content and information around my perspective and experiences living, working and traveling the EU as an African expat. So if you're interested in that kind of content, do stick around, and if you want to see the EU through my lens as well, please do stick around because I share a lot of travel content and tips. So a couple of days ago, I concluded plans for my entire summer 2024 vacation within the EU, and it dawned on me that that would have been like an amazing content and information to share so as to explain the entire process, regarding planning an entire vacation within the EU. So I went ahead and recorded the steps and processes that I used to complete or to plan my entire vacation. So in this video, I'll be showing you a step-by-step mock-up of how I planned my own summer vacation. And in this case, I'll be using the Malta to Milan route. So let's plan a budget trip together. So first things first, I'm going to take a look at my calendar. This is for June of 2024, and I decided on the week to travel, and I'm looking at the week of 16th to 22nd of June. Yeah, that sounds about right for a summer vacation. So I'm going to head straight to Ryanair to search for available flights for the week. So I'm going to input my destination now, which is Milan in this case, and thereafter I'll search for flights for the week I've chosen, which is the week of June 16th to 23rd. Yeah, 16th to 23rd of June, 22nd rather. One adult, and now I'm searching. So from what we can see, their flights were as low as 24, but that's a bit earlier. So I'm just going to search for a more affordable option. In this case, 19, I think. Yeah, the 19th of June has a cheaper flight. I'm going to go with that. That's 23 and 99 cents. And I'm going to search for my return flights now. Since I already pushed it a bit forward, so I'm just going to try and stay on schedule. So I'm going with that of 23rd. Yeah. And it's a bit more expensive, but I've already stretched with the 19th booking. So 19th to 23rd. That sounds about right. That's 4 nights. Okay. So these are all the plans available on Ryanair. So in this case, I'm flying with a basic plan because I'm traveling light. You can decide to upgrade for an additional 25 euros per flight if you intend to come with an additional cabin bag. But in this case, I don't, so basic it is. So this brings our return ticket total to 87 euros and 74 cents. Sounds about all right. So now that we've sorted out our return flight booking, the next thing to check off the list is accommodation. Like I said in my previous videos, Airbnbs are my personal favorites when traveling the EU, and this is for a whole lot of reasons. But apart from the fact that they tend to be a bit more affordable compared to hotels with similar facilities, I travel with my toddler and I like to have my own space, which is why I always opt for private apartments with a kitchen. This way I can save on travel expenses. So even though I want to explore the culture and cuisine in my vacation city, I do not want to be completely dependent on fine dining and takeout. So sometimes I want to make my own eggs, my own oatmeal for my toddler, and that is why I like booking Airbnbs that have a private Airbnb apartment with my own kitchen, so I can make my meals when I want to. So let's find an Airbnb in Milan. So at this point, I'm just going to head straight to the Airbnb website, which is airbnb.com, to search for an accommodation. And while that is opening, I'm also going to check the Google Maps, as this is going to help me to ascertain the best location in Milan for this trip. So now on the map, I'm going to enter the Milan airport, just so I have an idea of the places I will be visiting. So yeah, that's the Milan Malpensa airport. And I'm just going to go ahead and search for like the Milan city center. which in this case is probably non-existent, or I can't seem to find it on the map right away. So the next best thing will be to research places I want to visit. So I'm just gonna head to popular places in Milan. Just type that out on Google and wait for the results. All right, so this is the Galleria Vittorio. I think that's one of the popular places, and I intend to see that when I'm in Milan. So let's see if any other place catches my fancy. Fine, so I'm just going to get the address of the Galleria Vittorio and see where it is on the map. And also its proximity to the Milan Malpensa airport from where I'll be arriving. So I'm just going to put the address down there. And as you can see, it's a 56 minutes car ride from the airport to the Galleria. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to focus my Airbnb search around the area where the Galleria is. And this is because I do not want to spend most of my time commuting. So back to the Airbnb website, I'm just going to impute the city, which is Milan in this case. And then add my check-in and check-out dates, which is supposed to be the week of 16th. Okay, so we booked for 19th to 23rd. So I'm just going to add that up quickly. June of 19th to 23rd. And afterwards, add number of guests. Just going to go with one adult in this case and search. So here are the results. And from the map, I don't think that's a part of town I want to be in. So I'm just going to zoom in to where I have the city center sort of where the Galleria is, and which is around this circle here. So I'm just going to focus on apartments around this area, even though they seem to be a bit more pricey than the other ones. Well, I'm just going to stick with this for Milan. This looks pretty decent. Yeah. So I'm just going to open up this particular apartment, put on my translation so I can see the details, and that's about it. So I'm heading back to the Airbnb page now so I could explain a couple of things. This is the Google Maps page, and as you can see, this circle, that's the area where I want to concentrate my search for the apartment, and that is the same area here as well, which is why I'm only considering apartments around this area. Like I said, I don't want to spend loads of time commuting since I have just 4 days, so I would like to stay close to where there are lots of fun activities to do, and I have like a direct public transportation route back to the airport on the final day. So you can just browse around and check other apartments depending on your budget, and that's about that. I mean, there are lots of apartments to see, and I'm going to go with this first one for the purpose of this video. And as you can see, for 4 nights the price has been discounted to 72 euros a night, which brings the total to 389 euros for accommodation. So 4 nights in Milan for 389 euros, and for a return ticket of 87 euros and 74 cents only. So now I'll be trying to figure out the options for public transportation, and I'm just going to go ahead and click the bus or train route, which doesn't seem to be working on this website. So I'm just going to move back to Google Maps. So I'm just going to take the address for the Galleria, and I'm going to impute that in Google Maps and then click on the public transportation option, as you can see. And we should have a lot of options to choose from. As you can see, there's a direct train from the airport all the way down to the city center, the Galleria Vittorio, as you can see, which makes a whole lot of sense. So at this point, I'm searching for the exact address for the Airbnb so that I can get, the exact location and transportation routes to follow. And for some reason, I can't seem to get that. And I presume that will be because I have not exactly booked for the apartment. Like, I have not exactly reserved it, so I don't have access to the address. But nevertheless, since we focused our search on this area, it is going to be like close to the Victoria Galleria. So back to Airbnb. This is the exact location on the map. And as you can see, it's well connected and with access to a lot of public transportation options, as you can see, which is pretty much like, being in the center of the city, which is great for this trip because you have access to a whole lot that's happening in Milan. So I guess that was like a great option for the Airbnb. So we've sorted out return flight, sorted out accommodation, and we're figuring out transportation, public transportation to a large extent. And then we have seen that there is a direct train from the airport all the way down to the Galleria Victoria, which is great. So as you can see, there are various options of public transportation, including trains, metro, and even the Flixbus for the same route. And there are a lot of places worth visiting in the area, so this is a plus. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and search for places or things to do that are within close proximity with the Airbnb location. And as you can see, there are lots of activities to embark on, and this is already looking like a fun trip. I mean, amazing location, and it's close to a lot of things to do. So as you can see, it's quite easy to plan a summer vacation within Europe. I mean, there are lots of things to see and do in Milan, and this is already looking like a fun, easy, and amazing trip. Thank you so much for watching. If you got up to this point, I am super grateful for your support. I hope you learned a thing or two about planning your European vacation. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please kindly do so, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up while you're at it. So until I come your way again in my next video, do have an amazing day. Bye bye.